And this is from G. Kamesh. Truth must be the same for everyone, especially for enlightened ones like Buddha, Shankara, Ramanuja, and Madhva. However, they seem to have their own version of it. If Advaita is the truth, shouldn't all enlightened persons profess it?
Good question. It's so good that we are ending on this question. So, the truth must be one. There must be one reality. We are all part of this one reality. So, if enlightened persons have accessed this truth, they have become enlightened about this truth, shouldn't they give one account of it? And look at the differences. Good, well chosen. Madhvacharya, who lived about 800 years ago, the great commentator in the dualistic Madhva Vedanta, the Advaita Vedanta tradition. What did he find? He's enlightened. What did he find? There is God. God exists. For him, God is Vishnu or Narayana. And that God is supremely independent, Swatantra. And all of us are dependent, all living and non-living things are dependent on that God, Paratantra. And there is a clear difference between God and us. We are not one. We are different. That's why dualism. That's why Madhva's always iconography will show him like this. Not victory. It means two. There are two realities, dualism. Then along comes Ramanuja, who is supposed to be enlightened also. And this great master, the commentator on the Vishishtadvaita tradition, Sri Vaishnava tradition, he says, no, not separate, not two. We are all part of one unity. So God is the cosmic sum total of all living and non-living things. So this entire universe is like the body of God. We are all one. Yes, there are differences. Just like in your own body, the legs are different from the tummy and the tummy is different from the hands and hands from the head. But they are all part of an organic unity which you call the body. And you feel like one. Similarly, there is one organic unity in this universe which is God or Brahman, and we are all parts of that. We are parts of a divine whole. Like a bonfire, Upanishad says, the bonfire is burning, thousands of sparks emanate from it. Each spark is coming from the same bonfire, but the spark by itself is not the bonfire. Then comes Shankara and says, yes, that ultimate reality is there. And you and that ultimate reality are one and the same. No two, no part and whole. You are that ultimate reality. There is no whole and part relationship. You are Brahman. And then Buddha, who was before all of them, he said, none of this is true. There is no God. There is no permanent self. And he's also enlightened. How? I think for that we have to go to Sri Ramakrishna. In the Indian tradition, it is accepted. From thousands of years, the truth is one and the sages speak of it variously. It's written there. From the Rig Veda, the oldest text in Hinduism. Rig Veda, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. Truth is one, the sages speak of it variously. In the Shiva Mahimna Stotra, it is said, the three Sankhyas, Yoga, the Pashupati Mata, the Vaishnavas, all of these are different paths. They all lead to you, my Lord, as different rivers wend their way to the same ocean. Then in different places you will find. In Jagannath Puri, which I'm familiar with, I grew up near that. So where God is worshipped as Jagannath. Jagannath literally means the Lord of the world. But it became the English word Juggernaut. You see in the dictionary, because of the car festival, so Jagannath comes out once in a year on a chariot, huge, giant wooden chariots, which are as big as these brownstone buildings. And the images are installed there and they go for a little spin around the town once a year. And millions of people come there. So when the first British colonizers came and they saw this and they asked, what's that? And the people there must have said Jagannath. And they were more interested in the giant chariot, and they thought, so that's Juggernaut. So that's what became the word Juggernaut in the English dictionary. Now, in this very, very Hindu deity, Jagannath is nothing but Krishna. So in this very, very Hindu deity, and all the rituals are very Hindu pujas, rituals, absolutely orthodox Hinduism. one of the hymns to Jagannath, which is chanted daily, is that which the Shaivas worship as Shiva, the Devis as the Divine Mother, the Buddhists as emptiness, the Vaishnavas as Vishnu, is what we worship here as Sri Krishna Jagannath. So imagine, atheist Buddhists also find a place there. So this sentiment was always there in Hinduism. And Sri Ramakrishna very specifically emphasizes this day and age. Jato mat tato path. As many faiths, so many paths. But how is that possible? His question is, how is this possible? How, if truth is one, how can you have such multiple, not only multiple, conflicting accounts? How? The reason is this. Think about it. If truth is one, but suppose it is beyond language. You can't express it through language. Upanishad says, avang manasagocharam, beyond thoughts and concepts, beyond language. No particular theology or philosophy can adequately describe it. Because language fails to do that, and concepts fail to express it. Then what can you do? You can do one of two things. One is you can be very precise and logical and say all of these are wrong. I can show you each of these philosophies fails to capture the truth. That's what Nagarjuna did nearly 2000 years ago. Mula Madhyamaka Karika is the foundation of the school of emptiness, basically, in Buddhism. And the other way around is all of them are true. But they are not true by themselves. They all express different paths and different aspects of an infinite reality. Can you think of the ultimate reality as so capacious that you can approach it as Jagannath, as Krishna, as Christ, as Shiva, as the formless Allah, as the emptiness of the Buddhist, the clear light of the void, pure consciousness of the Buddhist? Can you think of the ultimate reality in all of these ways? It's like the old Indian tale of the 5 blind men who went to touch an elephant, and each described the elephant, someone as a pillar who touched the leg of the elephant, someone who touched the trunk said it's like a pipe, someone who touched the big ear of the elephant said it's like a big fan, someone who touched the tail of the elephant said it's like a rope. Now they were not wrong. They were not wrong, but they were partially correct. That's another way of looking at it. That this is a limitless reality. One of the things Sri Ramakrishna hated was people trying to limit the nature of God, saying that God is like this, as my book says, as my teacher says, and that's it. Everything else is wrong, and you should all come to my path. No. Sri Ramakrishna said, never limit God. Who are you to limit God? So the ultimate nature of reality is so capacious. All of these, they work. They take you to that reality, all of these approaches. So Madhva's dualistic approach takes you to realization. So does Ramanuja's approach. So does Shankara's approach. So does Buddha's approach. And all the other approaches. And one of Shankaracharya's disciples, Sureshwaracharya, a great disciple of Shankaracharya, has a beautiful verse in which he says, by whatever path seekers attain enlightenment, all those paths of the past and the present and all those which are to come are welcome. So, yes, the answer to that is, the ultimate nature is so capacious that all of these descriptions, if you ask Nagarjuna, they're all wrong. If you ask Sri Ramakrishna, they're all right. And they're both saying the same thing. They're both expressing the same thing. But the fact is, they all work. And they will take you, they're like paths. They're not, these descriptions are not the end. They will take you to that realization and set you free from suffering and give you limitless fulfillment.